Hello everyone, good morning. So could you please confirm, am I audible or not? Just you can use chat window, just say yes, no. Okay, no need type yes, just say yes, why, can, like that. Okay. Welcome to all this session. So my name is Srinu. Okay, today our session agenda is like we are going to discuss about callbacks, promises, and observables. Okay, everyone knows, I guess. So let me open our workspace folder. This is our workspace folder. So our content, what we are going to deliver today is, first thing is like, what is callback? The next one is like, what is promise? How it is looks like syntactically. The next one is like observable, why we go for callbacks and promises, and why we go for observables, and what is the difference between promises and observables. Where exactly we are going to use these callbacks, promises, and observables in our real-time application. This is our content today we are going to discuss. So the session is like 2 hour session. Okay, it may extend, okay, 10 to 15 minutes like that. So the first thing, I have few questions. Okay, just 5 minutes. Can anyone answer this question? I have one JS file. Okay, this is my JS file. Just I'm going to run like console.log of a. Yeah, PPT and everything we are going to share. Console.log of a. Can anyone guess? If I run this index.js file, what is my output? Come on, fast. Undefined, nothing, error. Yeah, the answer is correct, error. But what kind of error you can get it? What error you can get it? Come on, what error you can get it? If I write like console.log of a, yes, you can get an error. What is the error? The error is like a is not defined. A is not defined. It's not a syntactical error. It is not a syntactical error. 100% the syntax is like valid. A is not defined. Okay. If you come here, if I run in the developer console window, okay, if I just type a, can I click on enter? Okay, this is a reference error. A is not defined. Why? Because simple. You are trying to print a. Am I defined anywhere a? No, right? Am I defined anywhere a? No. So that a is not defined is my error or not? Okay. Okay then. Can anyone answer this question? Where a, if I print console.log of a, what's my answer? Fast. Yeah, obviously now the answer is like undefined. Undefined. Why? Because in JavaScript, if you create a variable, if you not assign any data, if you not assign any data, what is my default value for that particular variable? The default value for that particular variable is what? Undefined. So I created a variable, just I'm trying to print like console.log of a, my a value is like what? Undefined or not? Okay, perfect. Now can you answer this question? The same where a, okay, now what is the answer? Come on, fast. Where a, okay, just a I'm calling. What's my answer? My answer is error. What is the error? The error is a is not a function. A is not a function. Okay. Can anyone tell me why? Okay, very simple reason. See, this is my a. This is the variable. The value is like undefined. Okay, the value is like undefined. If you see this statement, if you see this statement, okay, wherever you see this statement, not only JavaScript, in Java, .NET, wherever you see this statement, only this statement, what you can understand? There has two sections are there. One is like the reference, another one is like calling. Okay, what I can call, any programming language you can take it. What I can call? I can call a function, right? I can call a function so that my A you are calling. So that my A should be what? A should be what? A should be a function. A should be a function. But now, is my A is a function or my A is a undefined? What is this? My A is a function or my A is undefined? A is undefined. But this statement expecting A as a function, but actual value of my A is what? Undefined or not. That's the reason the error is what? A is not a function. Most of the people, okay, replied, okay, A is not a function. That is correct. Okay, up to you, okay, everyone. Okay. Can anyone tell me this answer? Console.log of A comma B. If I write something like this, fn, is it valid or invalid? If it is valid, what is my output? It is valid or invalid? Okay, 200% valid. Okay, 200% it is valid. So what is my output if I run this? If I run this, what is my output? I already told to you, in JavaScript, any variable reference, if you not pass the value, the default value for the variable is what? The default value for the variable is what? Undefined. That's the reason my answer is what? A is undefined and B also undefined or not. So answer is like undefined and undefined. Okay. Now, can anyone answer this question? Is it valid or invalid? Is it valid or invalid? Is it valid or invalid? Okay, again, 200% it's valid. In JavaScript, do you know there is no overloading concept? In JavaScript, there is no overloading concept. That's the reason they not consider the arguments list. If you pass or not pass, if you pass some more also, it is not a matter. If you not pass, the default value is like undefined. If you pass more, okay, if they use, they can use, otherwise they can't. So how many values you passed here? Here, how many values you passed? While calling, how many values? 4 values you passed. But here, how many you taken? Only 2. That's okay, fine. Okay, remaining 2, they're not. They're not. Why? Because in JavaScript, there is no overloading concept. Got my point? So answer is what? Answer is 10, 20. 10, 20. Not undefined. 10, 20. Okay. Now, come to this part now. Can anyone talk about fn function? Can anyone talk about fn function? Okay. Can anyone talk about this fn? What is my fn type? Fn type is what? It's a function. Okay. Take how many arguments or parameters? Take how many parameters? One parameter. Okay. My question is, what is the type of the parameter? What is the type of the parameter? In JavaScript, do we have any type for the variables? In JavaScript, do we have any type for the variables? In JavaScript, there is no type for the variables or not. Okay. So if there is no type for the variables, as a developer, okay, you want me to pass any value for this particular fn function? Can you try? Can we pass some, okay, random values? Then what happened? Can we check? Now, if you come here, okay, now fn of 10, what happened? Fn of 10, what happened? What is my a value? My a value is what? You pass 10, my a value is like 10. But here, did you observe this statement? Did you observe this statement? A is expected like, come on, a value expected like a function, right? But here you supplied which value? 10. Is my 10 is a function? Is my 10 is a function? No, right? It gives me an error like what? A is not a function or not. Now, if I pass nothing, a value is what? Undefined. Undefined is not a function or not. If I pass something like Sachin, what is this? My A value is what now? My A value is a string. A value is a string. You supplied string, but expected value is what? Expected value is what? Come on. By seeing this statement, my A should be what? A expected value is what? Function. Is my string is a function? Is my string is a function? No, right? Come on. Is my string is a function? No, right? Okay. I enable the chart for all. Just you can see that. So you can get the error like what? You can get the error like what? Come on. Same error, right? A is not a function or not. So in JavaScript, there is no type for the variables. I agreed. But as a developer, can you see how you are using the A? Come on. How you are using the A? You are using the A like a function, right? So that as a developer, at least you can come to know like A is like which type. You are using like A means you should have to pass the A value is like what? A function or not. Other than function, if you pass anything, other than function, if you pass anything, you can get the error is like what? You can get the error is like what? A is not a function or not. Yes or no? Type of the parameter you can say like any, but as a developer, based on the usage of my A, based on the usage, how you are using A, how you are using A, tell me. You are using like a function, so that my A should be what? My A should be a function or not. Other than function, if you pass anything, if you pass any value, you can get the error is like what? Other than function, if you pass any value, other than function, if you pass any value, you can get which error? You can get which error? You can get which error? A is not a function error or not. All are agree? Come on. In JavaScript, there is no type, I agreed. But based on the usage, okay, as a developer, you should come to know like, okay, which kind of data you have to pass or not. Up here, okay, na, everyone? Okay. Okay, then. Now come to our discussion. I have a function, fn. I have a function, fn. I have one variable a. Okay, here parameter you can say. Now, if I write like this, my output should be, okay, not error. My output should be Sachin. So to get the output Sachin, can anyone tell me, can anyone fill this gap to get the output is like Sachin? Got my point? Understood my question? My question is very simple. I have a function. I have a function fn. Okay. Inside this particular function, just I written only one line of code. Only one line of code. Okay. Can you fill this gap? Line number 60 onwards. Can you fill this gap to get the output is like such? While calling a function, can you fill this gap to get the output is like such? Okay. Don't change this one. Don't change this one. Okay. Okay, then. Very simple. He said like while calling a function. Okay, question is what? While calling fn. Okay, output should be what? Output should be what? Such. Output should be such. So while calling a function, he said, can I call my function fn like this? If I call my fn like this, what is my error? A is not a, come on, function. A is not a function. A value is like undefined. Okay, if it is like undefined, can I use like a function? If it is like undefined, can I use like a function? Come on. Same story, what we discussed just now. If you not pass any value, what is my A value? My A value is a undefined. Can I use undefined as a function? No. No. Can I write like this? What is my output? What is my output? A is not a function. No, A is not defined. No, A already defined as a local variable or argument. Here, each and every function argument acting like a local variable to that particular function or not. A is there, A is defined. Now, what is my A value? What is my A value? 10 now. Can I use my 10 as a function? Can I use 10 as a function? No, right? No, right? So that you can get the error. So other than function, anything you pass, you can get the same error or not. Other than function, you can pass anything. You can get the same error or not. So that to get the output Sachin, you should have to pass what? You should have to pass one function as a argument or not. You should have to pass one function as an argument or not. If you want to pass a function as an argument, first of all, function is required, right? Can I create one function? Can I create one function? Okay, just you can create a function, whatever you want, how you want, you can create a function. Yes. Okay, now this function, can I use or can I pass as a argument to my fn? As a argument to my fn. Now observe, fn you are calling. What is my a value? In this case, my a value undefined. In this case, my a value 10. But in this case, my a value is what? In this case, my a value is what? F1 or not? Okay. Now, if it is like F1, wherever A is there, can I replace with F1? Yes, you can replace. Now here, line number 59, if you observe, you are calling what? F1. If you call F1, F1 should be what? A function. Here, my F1 is a function or not? So there is no error, nothing. Yes or no? There is no error, nothing. They're expecting a function. I supplied a function. They're expecting a function. I supplied a function. So there is no error. As per my requirement, in the console, what do you want me to print? As per my requirement, in the console, what do you want me to print? I want to print the value like a such. Okay. Now see, you are calling fn. Yes. Okay. You pass one argument. So one argument. Okay. That argument is what? F1 hold with what? A. So wherever A is there, can I replace with F1? Okay. For our understanding purpose. Yes. You are calling what now in the body? F1. You are calling F1 means my F1 should be a function. Yes. My F1 is a function only. So my F1 body will execute. What is my value? My value is like a Sachin or not. So come on. In this particular operation, how many functions involved? In this particular operation, how many functions involved? One function is like F1, another function is like what? Fn or not? In this particular operation, there has two functions involved. One function is like F1, another one is like Fn or not. Now, we have to give some names for this particular function. But you know, which function you pass as an argument to another function? Tell me. Which function you pass as an argument to another function? Which function you pass as an argument to another function? Yes, F1. Okay, which function you pass as an argument to another function? Now onwards, can you call that function is like a callback? Which function you pass as an argument to another function? Okay, now onwards, can you call that particular function as a callback? Next one is like to whom we passed one function as an argument. To whom you passed one function as an argument? Fn, right? Okay, to whom you passed the function as an argument, okay, that particular function we can say like what? Higher order function. Okay, so in this particular operation, my Fn we can call like what? F1 call like a callback, Fn call like what? Higher order function or not? Agree with me all or? Now, for example, this statement is not there. Is my F1 is a callback? Is my F1 is a callback? If this particular statement is not there, no. Why? Because it's like a normal function. Normal function. When we can say this is like a callback means whenever you pass as an argument to another function. Yes, here I pass as an argument to another function. That's the reason. That's the reason my F1 is like what? My F1 is a callback or not. Okay. Can I execute this one in the console? Now this is my F1. Fn. The next one. This is my F1. Now, can I call unexpected identifier? F1. What is the output? Your output should be Sachin. But here, unexpected identifier function spell mistake. That's okay, no problem. Fn of F1. My output is what? Sachin. Working as expected or not? Working as expected or not? Now you understood, right? Okay, which function we can say like a callback? Or just respond. Which function you can call like a callback? Very simple. One function is there. You pass one function as an argument to another function. One function is there. You pass that particular function as an argument to another function. That type of functions we can say like what? Callback functions or not. To whom you passed that function we can say like what? Higher order function or not. Okay. Now syntax is okay, right? Now, where exactly we are going to use? Where exactly we are going to use? That one we can say. That one we can discuss later. Now, shall we move to the next one? Shall we move to the next one? Let's go. Hey, can you tell me some predefined classes or predefined members in JavaScript? Which one is like super object in JavaScript? Super object in JavaScript. Come on. Window. Window is the super object in here. Okay, in JavaScript or not? Window is the super object in JavaScript or not? Tell me some predefined members in JavaScript. Some, okay, 4 or 5, tell me. Predefined members in JavaScript. Predefined members in JavaScript. Yes, document is on predefined member. Okay, local storage. Okay, session storage. Next, fetch. Come on. Set timeout. Set interval. Okay, there are so many arrays, array class, array, each and every predefined. Okay, primitive data type we have one predefined respective class is there. Number. Okay, like this. So many are there. So many are there. Okay, my question is where I can find, where I can see all these predefined members. Can I get all these predefined members? Yes, don't worry about that one. If you want to see the predefined member, okay, just go to your console, open the developer console window by clicking on the inspect. Okay, once you open the developer console window, just go to the console, just type window here. Just type window. Window is the super object. If I open this one, there has all your predefined members you can see here. All your predefined members you can see here. Got my point? Come on. All your predefined members you can see here. Agreed? Okay. Okay then. Now, how we can find, okay, this member is like a predefined, this member is like a user defined. How we can find it? Very simple. Now, I'm going to write one member like this. Is it like a predefined or user defined? Is it like a predefined or user defined? Is like a predefined member or user defined? Predefined member. See how we can find this is like a predefined member. Okay, next one. If I click on X, okay, if I enter X, okay, enter. If I click on the enter button, what is my output? X is not defined. X is not defined. See how it is going to check, First, X defined by the user or not? Defined by the developer or not? Is it defined? First check. X is defined by the developer or not? No. Okay, next level check what is this X is the member of any library which is loaded. Is there any library loaded here at this moment? Is there any external JS file am I loaded? No. Okay, that is the second check. Third one is my X is the predefined member. That means is the X is my property inside the window object. Is my X is the property of inside the window object? No. Whenever these three checks fail, then only we can get like what? X is not defined. This kind of error you can get it. Now come to the local storage. Why it is not get the error? First check. Is my local storage defined by you? Is this local storage defined by you? No. Okay. Next one is what? Is this local storage okay defined inside any library? Is this local storage defined inside any library? No. Next check is what? Next check is what? Is this local storage is the property inside the window object? Yes. Okay. In the window object, if you observe the local storage, there are not there. Yes, there. That's the reason it is not gives me any error. Okay. So it is gives me what? One value or not. Agreed with me? Like that you can check. Okay. This is like defined by user or defined, okay, already in the window object. Like that you can check it. Understood? All okay. Okay then. Now come to the promise syntax. Only syntax we are talking about. Okay, I said like I know only name terminology. I know promise. That's it. I don't know anything about the promise. I know only the terminology like PROMISE promise. Other than that, I don't know anything. First check promise is like a predefined member or not. I want to check it. So in the console, can I simply write PROMISE promise? Can I click on enter? Can I click on enter? It is not gives me any error. It is not gives me any error. Yes or no? It is not gives me any error. Tell me, first check. Is it defined by you? No. Is there any library is there? No, that is also not loaded. Still, I am not get the any error means obviously it should be there inside the window object or not. So tell me about the promise first point. My promise is a predefined member or not? Yes or no? My promise is a predefined member or not? Yes. Now, next question. Is this which type of the member? It is like which type of the member? It is like a variable, okay, number, object, string, function, which type of? Which type of? Okay, function you said. That's okay, fine. Okay, here f is there. Obviously, we can say like a function. Now see, fetch, fetch. Okay, it is also which kind of predefined or user defined? Fetch, predefined or user defined? You not defined, still you not get the error. That means that is already defined or not predefined. The difference between this one and this one is what? Okay, this is also f fetch. This is also f promise is there. Promise is there. Okay, you said like this is which type? Function type. Okay, this is also which type? This is also which type? This is also function type only, but this answer is correct. Fetch is a function. Yes, obviously. But my promise is a function or not? Can we check it? Can we check it? Okay, how we can check? You said like a function. If you have a function, immediately what we can do? If you have a function, immediately what we can do? Immediately what we can do? We can call it, right? We can call it. Yes, I called, it gives me an error. If I call a fetch, if I call a fetch, then that time, okay, it returns me some value. After that, it gives me some error. So see the difference. Okay, whenever I call a promise, it gives me some message like what? Promise constructor cannot be invoked without new, like that he said or not. But if it is like a fetch directly called, it returns me something or not. So that fetch you can use like a function, but promise we should not use like a function. That means you should not use like a function means it is not a function. Okay, something else or not? What is that? What is that? My promise is a class. My promise is a functional class. There has two types of classes in JavaScript. One is like functional classes. Another one is like class keyword classes. My promise is like which type of class? My promise is which type of class? It is like a functional class or not? Understood? It is like a functional class or not. Now how we can come to know, hey, this is like okay, promise you said like a functional class, fetch you said like a function. How we can come to know? Okay, very simple. All predefined functional classes starts with capital letter. That's it. Starts with capital letter. Any member, if you see like f, okay, don't consider this is like a function. Check it is starts with capital, lowercase or uppercase. If it starts with lowercase, yes, you can say that is like a function. You can use like a function. But if it starts with a capital letter now onwards, can you say that is like a functional class? Come on. Now onwards, that one we can say like a functional class. Come on. Agree with me? So my promise is which type? My promise is which type? It is like a functional class or not. Now, in your hand, one function is there. Yes, you can call it. In your hand, one class is there. What we can do? In your hand, one class is there. What we can do? How we can get the services from the class? Either JavaScript, Java, .NET, whatever it is. In your hand, one class is there. How we can get the services from the class? By creating an object or not? By creating an object or not? So can we create an object for that particular promise class? How we can create an object for that particular promise class? Come on. By using new operator. Can I call? Yes. Okay. Can I click on enter? Again, it gives me an error. By seeing this error, you should have to tell, okay, the answer. What is the error? Okay, type error, promise resolver, undefined is not a function. Okay. If I pass something, come on, 10 is not a function. If I pass something like this, Sachin is not a function. What you can understand by seeing this error message? By seeing this error message, what you can understand? If you not pass anything, the value is like undefined. While creating an object to my constructor, I didn't pass anything. So that the value is what? Undefined. Undefined is not a function is the error. Undefined is not a function is the error. If I pass 10, he said like 10 is not a function. He passed what? Okay, okay, next string. He said like what? String is not a function or not? Yes or no? Now tell me. Now tell me. Come on, now tell me. Whatever you pass, he is expecting whatever you passed, that value he is using like what? He is using like a function or not? So, is my undefined is a function? No. Is my number 10 is a function? No. Is my Sachin is a function? No. To avoid this error, what we have to pass? To avoid this error, what we have to pass? Come on. They are expecting a function. You should have to pass one function as an argument or not. Yes or no to my constructor. Understood? Come on. Can I pass one function as an argument? Yes. Now tell me, this is which kind of function? It is not a named function. It is like an anonymous function. Yes. Okay. Expected a function. Okay. It is not like exactly named function. It is not like exactly anonymous function, right? Expected a function that can be a named, that can be an anonymous function. Up to you, everyone. Agreed? Okay, then. Now, this function you pass as an argument, right? Yes or no? This function you pass as an argument, right? So we can say like what? It's a callback, one type of. Yes or no? It's a callback or not? Now, if I click on enter, now see, do we have any error? Do we have any error? There is no errors, nothing or not. There is no errors, nothing or not. All are okay? Agreed with me? Okay, then. Now my question is what, you given this function to whom? This function to whom? You given this function to whom? Promise. Okay, for example, you are like promise. I given one function to you. What will do with that function? Possibilities. You are a promise. I given the one function to you. What will do? If I give one function to you, what will do? You can call it, right? Yes, you can call it. Okay, so that this function called or not, I want to check it. Can you tell me how we can check? This function called or not, I want to check it. How we can check? How we can check this function called or not? I want proof. Okay, very simple, na? In this particular function body, if I put like console.log of something like NareshIT, if NareshIT printed means what? This function called, right? Yes or no? Come on. This function called or not? Yes, this function call. Okay, we can talk about this one later. Okay, for now, just leave it. Okay, then this function call. And one more possibility. I given a function to you, you called a function. You may call that function by passing some arguments also or not. Possibility there or not there. Possibility there or not there. You call one function. You may pass some arguments also or not. Possibility there or not there. Yes, possibility is there. Now my question is, my promise, call this call back by, okay, while calling, how many arguments he passed? That is the question. That is the question. My promise, call this callback by passing how many arguments? That is the question. Anyone answer? This promise, call this callback by passing how many arguments? Okay, don't worry. Don't worry. Now see, if you don't know, can I put like A, comma, B, comma, C, comma, D, comma, E, comma, F, randomly some values, randomly some parameters, can I put it? Any problem? No problem at all. Now, can I do one thing? A, comma, B, comma, C, comma, D, comma, E, comma, F. Just can I print it? Okay, na? Can I print it? So, if you pass a value to the variable, that value hold it. If you not pass the value to the variable, what is the default value for the variable? What is the default value for the variable? Undefined. If this variable, okay, if this particular variable is undefined means he not passed. Other than undefined means he passed or not. Can you confirm like that? Yes or no? Why? Because, okay, promise code is not with me. Promise code is not with me. If it is with me, I can see that. I can see that. Okay. Now, can I click on enter? Yes. Now, see this. Okay. Undefined last one. So, F value passed or not passed? Not passed. Okay. E not passed. D not passed. C not passed. B value passed or not? Come on. B value passed or not? Tell me. Yes. A value passed or not? Yes. Okay. Now conclude one statement now. Conclude one statement. My promise call this callback by passing how many values? Come on. My promise call this callback by passing how many values? Two values or not? Done. Okay. Next question. Those two values are which type? By seeing this one, tell me. Those two values are which type? Those two values are which type? No name for the function. It is like anonymous functions or not. These are like anonymous functions or not. It is like a simple syntax of my promise or not. Agreed? Ah? Come on. Okay. Can you talk something about promise? Come on. Can you talk something about promise? It is a functional class. It is a functional class. Next. Take. It is a functional class. While creating an object, what do you have to do? While creating an object, have to pass one callback function or not. Yes or no? While creating an object, obviously we can create an object by using new operator only if it is a class. Yes. Next point. Callback called by promise by passing how many arguments? Two arguments or not? Two arguments or not? Those two arguments types are what? Two arguments types are what? Two arguments are like function type or not. Done. This is about promise, right? How to use, we'll see later. This is about the promise or not. Okay, na? Come on. Okay. Agree with me all are? Okay, then. Now, observables we can see later. First, why we go for callback? Why we go for promises? That is my next question. Why we go for callback and why we go for promises? That is my question. Anyone knows? Anyone knows why we go for callback and why we go for promises? You don't know? Okay, then. One simple use case we can take it. Okay, asynchronous, yes. Okay, somebody use like terminology like asynchronous. What is asynchronous action? Asynchronous action, that is correct only. Asynchronous operations, that is correct only. What is asynchronous action? What is asynchronous action? What is asynchronous action? Okay, no problem at all. Okay, for example, okay, take one simple use case. I'm studying Okay, in this college. Okay, I'm studying in this college. Okay, my college name is like NIT. We decided like, okay, we want to celebrate one farewell party. We want to celebrate like one farewell party. Okay, for that, okay, I'm acting like an organizer. What things I need to take care? What things I need to take care? Tell me in general. What what things I need to take care as an organizer? First, I have to decide the date, right? Yes or no? Decide the date when we are going to celebrate. Yes, no? And then, okay, date and venue, right? Where? Okay, the next one is what? Okay, what cultural activities, what activities we are going to perform? Okay, that is like events, right? Yes or no? Okay, I decided the events or not. Okay, which events we need to. The next one is what? I have to invite some people, right? I have to invite some people or not? Yes or no? Some guests I have to invite, right? So that if you want to invite, first of all, I have to print the cards, right? Invitation cards or not? Yes or no? Print invitations or not? Yes or no? Once done, okay, invite guests, right? Okay, if they come, then that time we can start the program, right? Start the program. If it is started, obviously it should end, right? Yes, no? Observe. Okay, these are the activities we need to take care or not. Among these 6 activities, did you observe? Decide a date and venue. Who decide? Okay, in my college, okay, organizer and remaining people can decide or not. Yes or no? Come on, decide or not. No problem at all. What kind of events we are going to? Okay, that events also we decide. Okay, we can start, okay, rehearsals and everything, we can do it or not. What about print invitations? Is it handled by me? No, right? Okay, for that particular action, okay, I am going to depending upon some other person or not. Let's think like that. Okay, nearby there has one printing press shop is there. There has one printing press shop is there. Okay, this guy, what kind of functionality he is going to handle, you know? This guy, what kind of functionality he is going to handle, you know? Okay, print cards. The functionality is this. What is the functionality he handle? Come on. What is the functionality he handle? The functionality is like print cards only the functionality. This is like one shop. Okay, color okay. Up to here. Come on. So now my college people should communicate with whom? My college people should communicate with whom? To print the cards, my college people should communicate with whom? My shop people or not? For that purpose, which method he has to call? Come on, my college people has to call which method? Print cards method has to call or not? Yes or no? Now, if you observe among these 6 actions, one action coming out of your flow or not? Yes or no? One action coming out of your college flow or not? One action coming out of your flow, who will take care of that action? Some other person or not? In this case, who is that guy? In this case, who is that guy? That guy is like shop people or not? Yes or no? Shop people will take care or not? Now, as a college, okay, college, in my college, I am the organizer, right? As a organizer, am I know about how much time it will take exactly to print the cards? Am I know exact time? I don't know, right? Yes or no? Why? Because I am not the person performing that operation, right? If I'm doing some work, yes, I can. But who is doing that work? Print cards, some other person, right? As a organizer, I don't know exactly how much time it will take. Okay, agreed? As a organizer, I don't know how much time exactly it will take. Okay, perfect. Now, as a organizer, do you think like always successfully printing the cards? Okay, there may be chance of what? That mission got interrupted. Maybe possibility there or not there? Possibility there or not there? Yes, there, right. As a organizer, I don't know how much time it will take to perform this action. I don't know whether it is like success or failure, whether it is like getting the result is like success or failure. I don't know that one. Okay, that kind of actions as a organizer, I can say like an asynchronous action or not. Got my point? It is coming out of your flow. It is not disturbing remaining all, right? Okay, events. Okay, after giving the printing the cards to my shop people, I can rehearsal. I can do the rehearsals or not. Is there any dependencies there to do the rehearsals, to order the food, this kind of things? I can do it or not parallelly? Yes or no? Come on. Yes, yes or no? There is no dependency, right? But one dependency is there. What is that? Invite guests. If the cards not there, how we can invite the guests? If I not distribute the cards, how we can start the program? Okay, if it is like, if it is not started, how we can end? So some of the actions are depending upon the print invitation. Some of the actions are like what? Events, rehearsals, and order the food. These kind of actions are not depending upon my print cards or not. Yes or no? Come on. Agreed with me? Come on. All are okay? Now, in this case, which action we can say like a asynchronous action means I'm telling like a print cards. Why means as a organizer, okay, I don't know this particular action, how much time it will take. That is the first thing. As a organizer, I don't know how much time it will take to complete. At the same time, as a organizer, I don't know whether it is like gives me the success response or failure response. That kind of actions, what we can say, asynchronous actions or not. With respect to whom now? With respect to whom this action is an asynchronous action? Shop people are organized, college people are. With respect to whom my print cards is like an asynchronous action? College people or shop people? With respect to college people or not? Yes or no? My college people don't know about one action, how much time it will take. Okay, whether it is gives me the success response or failure response, it is coming out of your flow or not, executed by some other person or not. Yes or no? Print cards, it is coming out of your actions or not, executed by, taken care by some other person or not. That kind of actions, what we can say? Come on. That kind of actions, what we can say? Asynchronous actions or not. Okay, na? Up to you, okay? Okay, what is an asynchronous action? Simple. Okay, with respect to me, I don't know how much time it will take to complete that action. With respect to me, whether it is like gives me the success response or failure response, that kind of actions I can say like a asynchronous action with respect to me. You, that is an important. With respect to college people, print cards is an asynchronous action. With respect to shop people, it is not. It is not. Yes or no? Come on. Agreed? Okay, okay then. Perfect. Now tell me, as a college people, to print the cards, okay, what mandatory inputs you have to pass to print the cards? Minimum inputs. What mandatory inputs you have to? Why? Because these shop people, not only for you, right, printing the cards, okay, these people, okay, print the cards for all. So what inputs you have to supply? Very simple. To print the cards, how many cards you want me to print? Yes or no? That is important, right? That is an important, right? Yes or no? The next one is like, on my card, what kind of text you want me to place? This is also important or not? Guest name, you can write. That's not an issue. What kind of text you have to place or not? Yes or no? These two are like mandatory inputs or not? Okay, so that print cards, how many cards you want me to print? Just I want to print like 100 cards. Just I want to print like 100 cards. The next one, come on. Just I want to print like 100 cards. What kind of text you want me to place? NareshIT is my text. NareshIT is my text. Yes. Now, print cards method called. Number value is what? What is my number value? What is my number value? 100. What is my text value? NareshIT. Now here, body, what he is going to do? Start printing. Okay, number means 100 cards or not. Okay, he start printing or not? Next, printing is going on. Printing is going on. Okay, after some time, okay, he may completed the card successfully printing or not. Successfully printed the cards or not? Yes or no? Successfully printed. Possibility is there. Come on, possibility like what? Due to some machine interruption, it may fail also or not. Let's think he completed the printing, completed 100 cards printing. Done. Once he completed 100 cards printing, where is my cards? Tell me. At this moment, where my 100 cards? At this moment, where my 100 cards? That's my question. Come on. At this moment, where my 100 cards? With my shop people or college people are successfully printed by whom? Shop people, right? Okay, so my 100 cards with my shop people or not? Now, once it is printed, these cards, you have to give it to whom? Back. You have to give it to whom? Back. You have to give it to my college people, right? College people, right? Now my question is straight question. Now my print cards with respect to my college people is an asynchronous action. My asynchronous action result is this one. How one asynchronous action results we can give it back to the caller? That is my question. How one asynchronous action result we can give it back to the caller. Here caller who calls? College people. How we can give an asynchronous action results, give it back to my caller? How many ways we can give it? There has 3 ways we can give it. One is like by using callbacks, next by using promises, next by using observables. Understood, right? The story where exactly we are going to use like callbacks, promises, observables. Yes or no? One asynchronous action performed, there has some result is there. That asynchronous action results, I want to give it back to my caller. That asynchronous action results, I want to give it back to my caller. How I can give that asynchronous action results back to my caller? There has 3 ways or there we can give it. One is like by using callbacks. Another one is like by using promises. Another one is like by using observables or not. Okay, come on, respond. Up to here, understand or not? So if anybody asks the question, hey, how we can give the asynchronous action results back to my caller? What's your answer? How we can give the asynchronous action results back to my caller? There has 3 ways are there. One is like by using callbacks. Another one is like by using promises. Another one is like by using observables or not. Okay, what is asynchronous action? Asynchronous action which is coming out of your flow, which is coming out of your flow, executed by some other person. I don't know how much time it will take. I don't know whether it is like success or failure. That kind of actions, what we can say, asynchronous actions or not. That asynchronous action results, how we can get it back? Through callbacks, promises, and observables. Okay, na? So can I go with the callbacks now? How we can give this 100 cards back to my college people? Come on. Can I use the callbacks now? How we can give that 100 cards back to my college people? Okay, let's write the code now. Come on. Now, shop people. Shop people. Which method is there? Shop people, which method is there? Come on, write the code. Simple code, we can write it. 3 lines of code. Function. Come on, shop people, which kind of code? Function, print cards. Print cards, which take how many arguments? Assume and tell. 2 parameters, right? 2 parameters. What are those? One is like number of cards, another one is like what? Text on my card. Okay, once this function called by whom? College people. How they call? Print cards. Like this, they can call or not? Yes, no. By passing how many parameters? Come on, I want 100 cards. Next, I want the text on my card is like what? NareshIT. NareshIT. Done. Now this method called. This method called. Okay, once it is called, my method body will execute or not? Console.log. Okay, started printing the chords. Printing the chords. Next, console.log of Okay, action going on. Sprinting. Yes. After some time, possibility is there, either successfully completed or either failure. Think like that. Okay, he completed successfully 100 chord sprinting. So console.log of number. Okay, how many chords? How many chords? Whatever it is. Okay, printed. 100 chords printed. Okay, success, only success. Now I'm discussing. Okay, now we have the 100 chords, printed chords are there, right? Printed chords are there, right? Where printed chords equals to 100. These printed chords, I want to give it back to my college people or not? Using callbacks, using promises, using observables or not? That is our goal. That is our actual requirement. Okay. How? Okay, don't worry. My print chords method take how many parameters at this moment? By seeing this code, tell me fast. Print chords method take how many parameters by seeing this code? 2 parameters. Perfect. Now, if I write like this, okay, how many parameters? How many parameters? 4 parameters. You are right. My first parameter type is what? Number. Second parameter type is what? String. Third parameter type is what? Third parameter type is what? Type any, right? Any. Why no? Am I use anywhere SCB in my code? Based on the usage, you can decide the type. As a developer in JavaScript, there is no type, but based on the usage, you have to decide the type or not. Am I use anywhere SCB? Tell me. No. Am I use anywhere ECB? No. That can be any types or not. Now I'm trying to use that SCB. Now I'm trying to use that SCB. Now tell me exact type. Now tell me exact type. My SCB I am using like what? A function or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? Now, can I write like this? Printed chords. Printed chords. Yes. One function calling means we can pass some data, right? While calling the function. What's wrong with that? Okay. Now, ECB, leave it for now. Leave it. Okay. Now, my print chords take how many parameters? 3 parameters. Number of chords, text on my chord, SCB. Now, if anyone tell me exact output. If I call like this only, what is my output? Come on, fast. Already discussed. If I call like this only, what is my output? If I call like this only, what is my output? 100, go to number. NIT, go to text. My third value there or not there? Not there. SCB is what? Undefined. Can I use undefined as a function? No. So that it gives me error like what? SCB is not a function or not. Come on, exact error message you have to tell. By seeing that error message, you have to fix that. Yes or no? SCB is not a function or not. Okay, now if I pass like a 10, same output. SCB is not a function. If I pass like a string, same output. Array, same output. Other than function, whatever you pass, it gives me the same. It gives me the same output or not. Yes or no? Tell me. So that to avoid that, you have to pass what? One function or not. So can I write one function here simply? Can I write one function? Now, can I pass my F1 here? Now tell me, what is F1? What is F1? One function you pass as an argument to another function. One function you pass as an argument to another function. Yeah, F1 is a function only. One function you pass as an argument to another function. That kind of functions we can say like what? That kind of functions we can say like what? Callback functions or not. That means you pass one callback F1 hold with what? SCB. SCB you are calling means indirectly you are calling what? F1 or not. Agreed? Yes or no? Indirectly you are calling F1. This F1 is with whom? College people only. Now SCB called with what? SCB called with what? Printed chords. So that can I hold that printed chord? One method you call, one function you call by passing some value means that value you have to hold by using parameters or not? Yes or no? Okay, once my F1 called, okay, that means yes, successfully it is printed. Once my F1 called, can I do my remaining operations now? What operations you want me to perform? Remaining operations. Remaining operations, what? You have to invite the guests and you have to start the program. You have to end the program. So that here you have to complete fourth action, fifth action, sixth actions or not. Yes or no? Once my 100 printed cards with me, I can distribute the cards. I can distribute the cards. Once distributed, I can start my program. Okay, once my program started, obviously it is going to end or not. Agreed? Come on. Okay, in this case, how you pass my asynchronous action results? How you passed my asynchronous action results? Through what? Through what? Through callbacks or not? Yes or no? Very simple, right? Okay. If this function is not there, if this function is not there, what is my output? If this function is not there, everyone knows. What is my output? My output is like SCB is like undefined, so that my SCB you are using like what? A function. My SCB is not a function. That is exact output, error or not. So it is expecting a function, means you should have to pass a function. There is no other option for us. So if you want to pass a function, yes, I need a function, right? Yes, this is my function. Can I pass? Now this one not there, leave it. This one also not there, leave it. Now my third argument is what? F1. So wherever the third argument is there, for our understanding purpose, can I replace with that F1? Now see here, you are calling F1, means you are calling this one by passing what? Your printed cards. So that can I hold that the printed cards name can be anything. Once you have a printed cards with my college, what my college people has to do? They has to distribute the cards, they has to start the program, they has to end the program or not. Yes or no? Come on. Okay, now instead of F1, F1 also you can put it, no problem at all. Can I go with what? SCB? Possibility. Do you think like always it is going to successfully complete? Do you think like always it is like successfully complete? No, right? No, right? Sometimes it's failure also. Can I execute this one? Can we execute this? Come on. Now this is my print cards. Okay. Now if I call like this, if I call only print cards without a function, you know that SCB is not a function. Yes, no. You know that SCB is not a function or not. Cards printed, but we are not able to transfer. You're not able to give it or not. So you have to pass what? You have to pass what? You have to pass one function as a third argument or not. You have to pass one function as a third argument or not. Agree with me? Okay, now. Okay, now can I pass my F1? Yes. Can I click on enter? Okay, unexpected identifier F1. What is that? Function spell mistake, right? Can we fix it? Function function. Can I click on enter? Now, yes. Whenever you call, my shop people started printing the cards. It is going on. They printed 100 cards. Okay. And then once that card comes to us, we are going to perform 4, 5, 6. Means what? Distributed the cards. And the next one is what? Next one is what? Okay. Start the program and end the program or not. Okay. Now, come on. By using callbacks, we can pass the data like this or not. Okay, same like that. ECB. Okay, error callback. Okay, if it is like an error, what we have to do? You have to find some alternate solution or not. Okay, right. Is printed true. Okay, just for our understanding purpose, just I'm writing. Is printed true means these 100 cards I'm going to give it. Else, you have to give what? Okay, 0 cards, right? I am not able to print it or not. Understood this one? Is printed is true or false? 100% printed. So that this block is going to execute it. Is printed false means what? Is it executed? Successfully completed? No, not success. Not success. So that this block executed. ECB. ECB is which type now? Come on. ECB is which type now? Error callback is which type? ECB is which type? Okay, either it is a function, right? Now, my second one also, I want like a function or not. Okay, function F2. Okay, my chords are like what? 0 chords or not? If it is like 0 chords, what we have to do? Find some other solution, right? Come on, some other solution or not? Find some other solution or not? Yes or no? Now my printed not successfully. Okay, that means is not success. Is printed is like false. If it is like false, ECB called. ECB is nothing but what? Fourth argument. Fourth argument is what? F2. Whenever my F2 code with 0 chords, now my console.log is what? Find some other solution. You have to find some other solution, right? You have to get the chords right. You can check with some other shop. Okay, everyone. Come on. Agreed? Any questions so far? Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions? Pass the data. Okay, pass our asynchronous action result through callback. Done. Can we go with the promise now? Can we go with the promise now? Can we go with the promise now? Let's go. Okay. Let's go with the promise. Okay, already know. Everyone knows about the promise. Promise, how it looks like. It is a functional class. While creating an object, you should have to pass one function as an argument. That function called by promise by passing 2 parameters or not. Those 2 parameters types or what? Those 2 parameters are like function type or not. Okay. This one we are going to execute in the index.js. We can write here. Okay. Instead of console, we can write here. Anyway, this code is here only, right? Okay, I'm going to place that code in the index.js. I'm going to share with you that code also too. Okay, if you want, I can do it now itself. Give me 1 minute, okay? Can you go back? This is our, you want me to run the code? Yeah, I can run it. I can run it. Just, okay, this, yeah, I can run in the index.js now, okay? Okay, done. Now through promise, I want now. Through promise, yes. Now tell me, same story. Okay, same function only you can take it. Who is going to do that operation? Print the chords. Come on, print chords. Who perform the operation? Shop people, right? Print chords. Who perform these operations? Shop people or not? Okay, just write shop people. Shop people. Now, I don't want to use callbacks to give the result back to the caller. So callbacks I don't want. If you don't want the callback, can you tell me what minimum inputs are required to print the chords? Minimum inputs. Callbacks are required for you pass 2 inputs, 2 functions. Okay, here callbacks not required. How many inputs are required? 2. What are those? One is like number of chords. Another one is like what? Text on my chord or not? Text on my chord or not? Yes, done. Okay, perfect. Now, this particular function has successfully completed the chords. Okay, where printed chords. Think like that. Okay, don't think more. Okay, successfully printed. Now this result you have to give it back through what? This result you have to give it back to my caller through promise or not. You are right. Through promise or not. So that I have a result through promise. I want to give that result back to my caller or not. So that can we implement the promise here? Yes or no? Okay, let's go. What is my promise? What is my promise? My promise is a class. So that can I create an object? Yes. Okay, it's take how many parameters while creating an object? While creating an object, how many parameters you have to pass? One. That is what? Function or yes, sir. This function called by promise by passing how many arguments? Your answer is like 2 now. Yes or no? Okay, now you have to pass like what? 2, right? 2 parameters, a comma b or not. A comma b or not. These 2 are like which functions? Okay, which types? Sorry. These 2 are like which types? These 2 are like which types? These 2 are like a function types or not? These 2 are like a function types. Perfect. Done. Huh? Now you created a promise. Okay, who called this one? My print chords called by whom? This print chords called by whom? College people, na? Yes or no? My college people is going to print the, okay, all the print cards. How many cards you want? 100 cards. What is my text? Naresh IT is my text. Perfect. Naresh IT is my text. Okay, now all are okay. Then now I have a result. I have a promise. Now my print cards method should give that result through promise or not. Yes or no? So that first of all, my print card method has to give this result through promise means how one function give the result back normal general function. How one function give the result back through return, right? Yes or no? Come on, through return or not. That the reason. First thing is like my print card should return what? A promise or not. Now tell me, you want me to return only promise, through promise you have to give some result. Tell me, you want me to give only promise to my college people? What he can do with that promise? You want me to give only promise or you want me to give like result with promise, through promise? You have to give the result through promise or not. Yes or no? Where is my result? Where is my result? Come on. My result is here. Okay, here. Can I write something here? Can I write something here? Okay, what do you want me to write? Just you can take this one. This one only can use it. Can you come here? Where is that? Index.js. What is started printing the cards? Started printing the cards. Console.log is going on. Okay, number of cards printed. Okay, this one. Is printing is like true. Is printing is like true. Then that type my number of cards. How many? How many cards are there? Those are like printed. Those you passed. Now tell me, SCB and ECB there are not there. Do we have any callbacks? SCB and ECB there are not there. Not there. But we have some other solution there, right? Can anyone guess what is that? My promise call this callback, see, by passing two arguments. Those two arguments types are like what? Functions only or not? Now, can I use one function for success result to send? Can I use one function to send a error result? Yes or no? So that can I use instead of a terminology wise, most of the times we are going to use what? Resolve and the reject one. Okay, na? Come on. So here my resolve is what? Success. Here my reject is what? Your failure or not. Agreed with me all or? Come on. Okay, now you can ask a question. Hey, why this lines? Okay, not here or not before, not after. If you write here after return statement, can I write any statements? After return statement, can I write any statement? No. Okay, that is everyone knows. If I write here, then that time what problem, printing the cards is like what? It's a kind of asynchronous action. That's the reason if it is like moving out and it is going to taken care by the mission, meanwhile my return statement executed is written with what? No value or not. What is the use of that? Return with no value. What is the use of that? Yes or no? Come on. That's the reason what we have to do. You have to return when once my result ready or not. That's the reason. Can you keep inside this particular function executed by promise? On. Okay. Okay then. Now my question, straight question. Print cards return type is what? Print cards return type is what? Come on, you are right, 100%. Okay. My print cards return type is a promise or not? My print cards return type is what? Promise or not? Okay, na? So any method, any function returns any value. Can I hold with one argument? Can I hold with one argument? So my print cards also returns me something. Can I hold with one argument like this? Can anyone tell me OBJ is which type? OBJ is a return value of my print cards. My OBJ is which type? My OBJ is a promise object or not? Yes or no? Can I give the name like a promise object? On. Now you have a promise object. Okay, can I print console.log of what? Console.log of, okay, promise object. Okay, if you print like a promise object, okay, you want promise object or you want result? Tell me. You want promise object, you want 100 cards. You want 100 cards. I don't want promise object. If I have 100 cards, I can distribute, I can start my program. Okay, if you have a promise object, what I can do with that promise object? No. So can anyone ask the question now? Next level question, what I'm going to ask? Come on, next level question, what I'm going to ask? Tell me, anyone guess? Yeah, simple, right? How to get the result? How to get the result from my promise object or not? How we can retrieve the data from my promise object or not? Yes or no? That is only my next level question or not? Yes, sir. I have a promise object. Okay. I have a promise object. How I can retrieve the data from the promise object? That is the question. So how many ways, there has two ways. Okay. We can get the data from promise object. How many ways? How many ways we can get the promise, the result from the promise object? How many ways we can get the data from the promise object? Two ways. Can anyone guess? The one is like using then. Another one is like using await keyword or not. One is like using then. Another one is like what? By using await keyword or not. Agreed with me? Yes or no? Shall we go with then? My then is which type? My then is a function. My await is like a ES61 keyword, that is ES61 keyword. So that if you have a promise object, okay, I want to get the result from the promise object. So that can you call what? Then. Can you call what? Then. My then, can anyone guess? Okay, now important. My then is a function, right? My function, right? Can anyone tell me? In this case, you call resolve. Resolve is nothing but what? First parameter or not of my callback function. Possibility is like what? Sometimes you call what? Reject also or not. Sometimes you call reject also or not. Possibility there or not there? Sometimes you may call reject also or not. Yes or no? Possibility there or not there? Yes, there. So whenever you have a promise object, by using then I can get the result. Which kind of result? Maybe success result, maybe what? Maybe failure result or not. So how I can get the success result and failure result by using then, very simple syntax. Here you are calling resolve is nothing but my then call, my first call back. Just remember. You are calling reject is nothing but what? My then call, my second callback function. This is the syntax for my then. So finally, my then take how many callback functions? Tell me by seeing this syntax. My then take how many callback functions? Two callback functions. That is the syntax. When my then call the first callback, whenever the resolve get called, my then call the first callback. Whenever reject called, my then call the second one or yes or no? Come on. Now, in this case, is printed true or false? Is printed true or false? Is printed true or false? Yes, true. True means what? Resolve called. Resolve called is nothing but what? This function called or not? This function called. Resolve is nothing but this function. By calling what? One parameter, right? What is this? Catch also I will tell. What is this? This print codes. You can get it or not. Agreed up. Now, once this is called, what we can do here? Console.log off. You can distribute the codes. You can start the program. You can end the program or not. Done or not? Come on. Agreed with me? Okay. So can we execute this one? Can we execute this? So how we can execute? Now go to the terminal. It is like JS file. How we can execute? Okay. How we can execute the JS file? How we can run the JS file? How we can run the JS file? There has two ways. One is like by using node. You can run it. Node command. Otherwise node mon command. You can run it. Otherwise you can hold. Okay, that means you can load this particular file in the HTML. You can see that output or not. You can see the output. Three ways are there. You can load this JS inside one file. That is HTML. The next one is what? Come on, the next one is what? By using node, you can directly run the JS file. The next one is what? Node-mon also. Node and node-mon similar only, but node-mon, it is like dynamically listen that changes or not. It's a live reload or not. Yes, no. So can I use like node? What is the file name? Index.js or not? Yes, working. Yes or no? Agree with me? Okay, this is one way. Another way is what? Another way. This is one way of, okay, one way of handle the promise. Another way. Handle the promise. This is one way. Another way, tell me. By using await keyword or not? By using await keyword. Can anyone tell me about the await keyword? Anyone knows? Anyone knows about the await keyword? Await keyword, which is inside. Okay, they introduced in year 6. Await keyword always should follow the function which returns a promise object. You have to keep that one in your mind. Can I repeat again? Await keyword should always follows the function which is returns what? Promise object. Now, wherever the promise object is there, okay, that promise object who has to follow? Await has to follow or not? Yes, no. Come on. Now, print cards is the method. Returns me what? Print cards is the method. Returns me what? Returns me what? Promise object. Okay. Wherever the promise object is there, to get the result, by using await means you have to follow or not. So, my await should follow that promise object or not. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Follow the promise object. Okay. Follows the function which returns a promise object. From the promise object only, right? You have to take the data. Okay, then it is followed. How we can get the result? That is important, right? How many cards printed? How many cards printed? That 100 cards are required or not? Yes or no? Now, very simple. Okay, you can store that one. Okay, in one variable. We not use let constant var only, right? We are using, you can store it. Now, whatever the promise object has the result, that result comes to this particular variable or not? Yes or no? Now, can I print like console.log off? Okay, how many cards received? Okay, result is like 100 cards. Okay, received. After that, once you have the cards, you have to perform what? Fourth operation, fifth operation, and the sixth, right? Yes, no? Now, can we run this one now? Okay, now? Can we run this? Can we run this? It gives me an error. Can you fix that? What is that error? Await is only valid async functions and top level or not. Okay, so you have used what? Await should use inside the async functions is said or not. So can we keep inside one function? This is my print cards, leave it. Okay, now this is one more function, right? Can I write? Okay, function get cards. Yes or no? Function get cards. Who has to call this method? Who has to call this method? Who has to call this method? College people only, na? Yes or no? Who has to call this method? Like college people only or not? And it gives me an error. What is that? It gives me an error. What is that? Any function has await keyword. That function should be what? Async. Any function has await keyword. That function should be what? Async or not? Yes, no? Okay, na? Okay, then. Now, can you come here? Can I run the program? Working? Yes or no? Okay, 100 cards printed, 100 cards received, and fourth, fifth, sixth operations is performed. Okay. Come on, there are so many examples are there. Okay, time being, we are going to go with happy path. Okay, the next one. Promise failed means, okay, if it is like this one, await keyword, you should have to use what? Exception handling. There is no other option for us. If it is like a failure, if it is like failure, which method is going to execute? My catch block is going to execute. Okay, na? If my print codes returns me the result success, that is hold with result. If it is like a failure, that is go to which block? That is go to which block? That is go to my catch block or not. Exception handling, you have to use it. Now, if you come here, if you come to this part, if it is like a success, means resolve called. So this function is going to execute. Reject called means this function is going to execute. This is one way. Another way is also there. Okay, can I write another way? Another way of handling the promise using then only. But the thing is what in this particular then only success callback you can handle. Only success callback you can handle. Failure callback we can handle by using catch. By using catch. Okay. Failure callback you can handle by using catch. Okay. Here failure one. If it's a failure, find some. Come on. Find some other solution or all are okay now. Agree with me? Come on. If it is like a failure one. Okay, now my operation is like either success, then this function is going to execute. If it is a failure, catch, this one is going to execute. Either success or failure, whatever it is, I want to perform some operation. Then that time, okay, we have one more method also there. Can anyone guess? Finally. Finally, can I use finally? This callback is going to call when either it is like successfully printed. Okay, come on. Either success or either failure. Success or failure. Always it is going to execute or not. Okay, now. Come on. Okay, here, if you want to put like either success or failure, in exception handling also what? We have a finally block is there, right? We have finally block is there or not there? Success, try executed and finally executed. Failure, catch execute and finally block will execute or not. Okay. So straight question. If you have a promise object, how we can, okay, if you have a promise object, how we can retrieve the data from the promise object? How we can retrieve the data from the promise object? By using how we can retrieve the data from the promise object? By using them and by using await. Using them and using await keyword. That should be the answer. Okay. How we can pass the asynchronous action results back to my caller? How we can pass the asynchronous action results back to my caller? Asynchronous action results back to my caller. Three ways. One is like callbacks. Another one is what? Promises. Another one is like what? Observables or not? Yes or no? Any questions, anyone so far? Anyone have any questions so far? Okay, observables I will tell. I will tell. Observables I will tell you and I will give you the notes also. Okay, then where exactly these promises we are going to use, Okay, see, I'll show you. Okay, let me open. And one more thing. Okay, one simple thing. Do you know about asynchronous functions? Just now we discussed. Okay, half an hour more it is going to take. Half an hour more. I'm going to complete. Half an hour. Within half an hour, I'm going to complete. Okay. Do you know about the asynchronous functions? Asynchronous function, just now we discussed, right? The function which contains await keyword, that function should be what? Async or not? Async or not? Okay, now see the difference. I have fn is there. Return 10. If I call my fn, what's my answer? First. If I call my fn, what's my answer? Come on. What do you think more? 10, right? 10, right? Yes or no? 10. Direct result. Okay, now this async. Okay, now the function is like async. Can anyone tell me? Is it valid syntax or invalid? Is it valid or invalid? 100% valid. 100% valid. Okay, 100% valid. Don't think like if the function has await, function should be async. If the function is async, no need to place await keyword and no need to place await keyword. Okay. Now, if I click on enter, see that if I call my fn, gives me the result. Yes, it gives me the result. But is it like a direct result? Is it gives me directly the result? No, right? No, right? Now, can you conclude one statement now? Can you conclude one statement? Come on. Can you conclude one statement? My asynchronous functions returns me the result through promise, right? My asynchronous functions returns me the result through promise, right? Okay, one function returns a result through promise. How we can get that result? Through. Yeah, right. Yes, sir, no. Come on. One is like this one. Another one is what? Through. Using what? Come on. Using what? Using what? Then. Now say this. This is working or not? Then. Okay. Now this is my result. Can I get the result here? Console.log of. Okay, result. Yes. Yes, no. Okay. My asynchronous functions returns me the promise. Okay. Once in your hand, promise is there. Okay. You in your mind should run like, hey, promise object is there. How we can retrieve the data from the promise? By using then, by using await. Yes, you can go with then or you can go with await. Okay, that promise object coming from where, it is not a matter for us. That promise object, you can get it like different ways. Now you can come see. And fetch is there. Fetch is a predefined. It gives me what? It gives me what? Fetch returns me what? Fetch returns me what? A promise. So that from the fetch, if you want to retrieve the data, you should have to use like what? Promise only or not? You should have, okay. Fetch returns me promise means, okay, if you want to get the result from the promise, you have to use what? Then or await or not? Yes, no. Okay, all anxious. Anxious is the library, you know, right? All anxious get, put, post, delete. All the methods returns me what? Anxious get, put, post, delete. All the methods returns me what? Returns me a promise only. Returns me promise only. So how we can retrieve the data from the promise? By using them or by using what? Yeah, right. Okay, in the backend itself. Okay, in the backend itself, let me open decent our real-time batch project. Now, if you observe here, okay, we have the controllers. Okay, this is the Node.js project. If you observe the layer, DAO layer, okay, I'm connecting with our MongoDB database. If you observe this one, okay, getDB. Now see, I have a library called as a MongoDB. I'm trying to connect with what? Mongo. Okay, my Mongo client connect with my MongoDB server. Okay, by seeing this line number 7 code, what you understood? What about the connect method? Can anyone guess? What is connect? What is connect? Come on. Connect is a method which returns what? Which returns what? Connect is a method which returns what? A promise or not? Yes or no? Returns a promise or not? Okay, if you want to check, see Mongo client dot connect, what it returns. Mongo client dot connect, what it returns. See that. Connect, take URL and options and everything. It returns me what? A promise or not? Yes or no? Come on. Okay, if it is returns a promise, how we can handle it, that promise? We can handle by using await keyword or by using then, your wish. Okay, now await keyword inside the function you used. That means await keyword inside the function you used. That means the function should be, come on, the function should be async. So that this is my async or not. So finally you return what? DB. Finally you return DB. Now one asynchronous function returns me the value. How? How it is going to return one asynchronous function? How one asynchronous function returns the value? How one asynchronous function returns the value? Through promise, right? So that my asynchronous function is what? GetDB. This GetDB we used here. My GetDB returns my value through promise or not. If my getDB returns the value through promise, how we can retrieve it? By using await or then or not. Come on. So either front end application, back end application, most of the times we are going to use callbacks and promises. Observables they are going to use in Angular. Got my point? Any application you can take it. Any asynchronous action results, most of the times they are going to pass through promise. If they pass like through promise, then the time we have to pass like what? We have to retrieve the data or not? Yes or no? Come on. Agreed? So what's our workspace folder? Any questions, anyone? Anyone have any questions? Yeah. So let's go to the observables. Observables also same kind. Okay. Observables also we are going to use for what? Observables also we are going to use for what? Come on. To pass our asynchronous action results back to my caller. If you understand the promises, observables are like 10 minutes work. That's it. If you understand the promises, observables are hardly 10 minutes time. That's it. Okay. Can I go? Let me open that. JavaScript. Observables. Yeah. Now, first thing is like observables. Okay. First thing is like observable is which type? That is an important for me. It is like a predefined like promise. I know only observable. I know only observable. Can we check it is like predefined or user defined? Okay. Or something else. Can we check it? Okay. Now, can I check here? Okay. Can I click on enter? What happened? What happened? Tell me what happened? My observable is not defined. Not defined means what? You not defined. Okay, you not load any library. At the same time, it is not like a predefined member or not. It is not a predefined member or not. So observable is not a predefined member or not. So if you want to work with observables, you should have to download one library. What is that library? You know, what is that library? ReactiveX.js. Okay, library name is what? RxJS. So can we load that library? How we can load one library? Script source equals to, what is that? RxJS like this or not? Okay, now control A, control X. Can I run my index.html first? Yes. Now tell me how we can come to know, is my library loaded or not loaded? How we can come to know, is my library loaded or not loaded? Can I go to my source? Nothing is there. Now, can I load my library now? Can I load my library now? What is my library? What is my library? Come on, RxJS. Okay, can I load it? Now, can I come here? Can I refresh my page? Yes, my RxJS loaded or not? Okay, now if you come here, RxJS, there or not there? RxJS, there or not there? In the RxJS library, which one is there? Which one is there? Observable, there or not there? In my RxJS library, observable is there or not there? Yes. Yeah, we can use CDN links also, no problem at all. You can use CDN links also, no problem at all. Okay, okay then. Now I'm going to show you some code snippet. Okay, you can easily understand that one. Okay, if you can, just you can tell me. Now by seeing this code snippet, what do you think about this? Just think promise and this one. Just think about this promise and this one. Come on. Okay, let me write here. Okay, you can understand easily. Okay. Come on. Whatever it has, don't think more about that one. Now, see, instead of promise, which one you used? Instead of promise, which one you used? Tell me, observable class or not? Both are like classes only or not? Yes or no? Both are like classes only or not? Instead of this one, you use it like what? RxJS dot observable, or if it is already there, directly you can use it, no problem at all. Okay, then. So I created an object. Okay, compare promise and this one. Now, this one also take one callback function as an argument or not? Yes or no? This one also take one callback function as an argument or not? Come on. This one also take one callback function as an argument. But one difference. In the promise, callback method called by passing how many arguments? In the promise, callback method called by passing how many arguments? Two. Those two types are what? Functions or not? But here, my callback function call by passing what? Only one value or not. That is only one difference. Okay, now. Now, in the promise, first callback function we used for what? To send the success result, that is resolve. Second callback we used for what? To send the failure result, that is the reject one or not. Now, here what see, in the observer, it is an object, it is not a function. Next, I am going to use for what? To send the success result. Error, I am going to use for what? To send the failure result or not. Done. What is that? Come on. Okay, na? Okay, now my send get request returns me what? My send get request returns me what? Promise observable. Come on, my send get request returns me what? Okay, my send get request returns me if observable or not. Now, what is the question? Can anyone guess? What is my next level question? Can anyone guess? What is my next level question? If it is like a observable object, if you have, how we can retrieve the data from the observable object or yes, sir. How we can retrieve the data from the observable object or not? By seeing this one, tell me. If any function returns me an observable object, instead of then, what do you want me to use? Instead of then, what do you want me to use? I can use subscribe or not. That's it. I can use subscribe or not. So my subscribe first method called when? When? If you call next, if you call success. My subscribe second method called when? My subscribe second method called when? If it is like a failure or not. Then right? Yes or no? Okay, when to use promise and when to use observable. That is the question, right? When to use promise and when to use observable. I'm going to tell you some differences. Then you can come to know which one we are going to use. But one use case I will tell. See, for example, this guy. Shop people printed 70 cards. How many cards printed? Okay, 100 cards I give an order. Okay, how many cards I give an order to my shop people? How many cards are given? 100 cards, right? Okay, 100 cards to print, for example, okay, it's take like 10 days time. So instead of giving like 100 cards after 10 days, first day printed 10 cards or 2 days I printed like 30 cards. Can you give the 30 cards to my college people? At least they distributed to 30 people, right? Yes, no. Come on. At least they distributed like 30 people or not. That means, okay, from my shop people, I am going to give the results not like one time. I want to emit the results continuously or not, multiple times or not. But in a promise, we can emit the data only one time, either success or failure. But in my observables, we can emit the data how many times you want, that many times you can emit it. Okay, 10 cards completed. Yes, you can call next with 10 cards. Okay, again, 2 days time. After 2 days, 20 cards complete. Again, you can emit it. But my promise emits only one value at a time. Understood or not? The main difference. Come on. Okay, can I show that? Can I show that promises versus observables? Okay. Okay, then. Okay, I'm going to share you this website also. Now, creation. How to create promise like this by using new promise or not? Okay, now everyone. New promise calls what? New promise calls what? Come on. New promise call. One callback function, right? One callback function. That callback function called by passing what? Two parameters or not? That is the syntax, right? Can you come to the observable? What is the syntax? What is the syntax? Create an object for which class? Observable is the class. Observable is the class. Okay, take one callback function as an argument. Okay, passed with only one, that is an object or not. Observer is an object. Yes, no? How to use it? If you have a promise. If you have a promise, how to use it? By using them or by using await or not. Okay, yes or no? So that they use it like then here. That's okay. You know await also or not. If the observable, if you have, observable if you have, how we can? Observable if you have, how we can? By using subscribe or not. By using subscribe or not. Done. Now, can you come here? Single value, multi-value. Observe here. Okay, now tell me how many responses you are sending? Resolve 10, resolve 20, resolve 30. How many responses you are sending? Tell me. How many responses you send? Come on, 3 responses. But while retrieving this one, the output is like what? 10 only. Why? Because either resolve or reject. My promise emits only one value. My promise emits how many values? Either reject or resolve. Okay, or multiple resolves if you write, multiple rejects you can write. Which one is the first? That one only. And it is going to terminate or not. Okay, na? Come on. But come to the observable, you send the first 10 cards. After that, 2 days, 20 cards you send. After that, 30 cards. All the cards going or not? Come on, all the cards going or not? So my observable emits how many values? My observable emits multiple values or not? Yeah. Come on. Agree with me all or? Okay. The next one. Jaeger and lazy. What is this Jaeger and what is this lazy? What is this Jaeger and what is this lazy? Can anyone know? Okay. Don't worry about that one. See, if I execute this one. Now, if I write like this. If I write like this, my callback called or not called? My callback called or not? Generator something different. Generator something different. Generator is a function, okay, which is used for what? To control the statement's execution. Okay, their method is like next and yield we are going to use, but here something different. Okay. Okay, now if I click on enter, what is my output? Can anyone guess? If I click on this, what is my output? Okay, can I click on this one? Don't worry. Callback is my output. Okay. Now I'm going to write the same, okay, my observable. Okay, instead of new promise, RxJS dot, what is that? Observable object. Okay, na? Tell me, RxJS dot observable object. Okay, na? Now, can I click on, this is resolver observer object, right? Can I click on enter? Can I click on enter? Yes. The difference you only tell. The difference you only tell. My callback method called immediately by the promise or not? Yes, no. My callback method immediately called by the promise or not? It is Jaeger. Okay, is my callback method called by the observable? Is my callback method called by observable? No, right? No, right? It is lazy. That's it. Okay, na? Come on. Agreed? Okay, then. Now, next point, can we go? Now, can you come here? Okay, here, non-cancelable and cancelable. Okay, observable, lazy, and this one, then, right? Okay, the next one is what? Non-cancelable and cancelable. Once my promise, okay, this particular promise call this callback, in between, we are not able to do anything. It is going to execute. We are not able to cancel nothing. Okay, now in this example only, if you observe, see this, promises or Jaeger. So whenever you create an object, immediately this function is going to call. In this particular function, after 5 minutes, this block is going to execute or not? Yes or no? So after 5 seconds, what happened? Callback is going to call. You called resolve means what? My then first function is going to execute. So handle result executed or not? Yes or no? Whatever the discussion we did so far, are you able to understand or not? Yes, no? Come on, respond. Okay, here there is no such kind of methods to cancel that one. There is no such kind of methods to cancel it. But can you come to this particular observable? See, first observables are Jaeger or lazy. Observables are Jaeger or lazy. First question. Observables are Jaeger or lazy? Lazy. So that this callback method called, not called, not called. When it is going to call, whenever you subscribe, then only it is going to call. How many times you subscribe, that many times it is going to call. So first time, whenever you create an object, nothing will happen. Okay, that is arrow function. This is also one kind of function in ES6, arrow function. Okay, instead of that one, you can use normal function also. Okay. Now, whenever you call subscribe, this function is going to execute it. This function is going to execute. Can anyone tell me after how many seconds it is going to give the result back? Come on. After how many seconds? 5 seconds. Meanwhile, within the 5 seconds, can you unsubscribe? Okay, we have that future is there. We have that future is there. Okay, if you unsubscribe, then what happened? Whatever you emit the value that is not executed, the callback one is going to execute it or not? Yes or no? So promises are not cancelable. Observables are what? Cancelable or 5,000 means 5,000 milliseconds. Yes, set timer. Agree with me? Come on, all are okay? Okay, na? Okay then. Last one. Multicast, unicast. Yeah, here, whenever you cancel, obviously callback is going to execute. See, this emit value only we cancel. Emit value only cancel. Next called means my subscribe first method has to execute, right? That is cancelled. That is cancelled. Okay, next, multicast, unicast. Multicast, unicast. Multicast, unicast. Now, observe, you know that. Now, can I execute this one? Tell me, this callback method called how many times? Okay, when it is going to call? Callback method called by promise when? Eager or lazy? Come on, eager or lazy? Eager. That is called. Whenever it is called, math.random is what? Randomly one value already emitted through resolve. Resolve means what? Success. Whenever you use like then how many times you use then, always already emitted value only gives me back or not? Tell me. Multiple times you are giving like you are getting like what? Same value or not? Same value casting multiple times or not? Yes or no? Same value casting multiple times or not? But if you come to our observable, observable is like what? Eager or lazy? Observable is like what? Eager or lazy? Tell me, lazy. When that particular callback is going to call? When that particular callback is going to call? Tell me. When that particular callback is going to call? Whenever it is subscribe or not. See, it is not called the callback. It is not called the callback. Whenever I subscribe, how many times you subscribed? How many times you subscribed? That many times it is going to call the callback or not. If it is called multiple times, every time my math.random gives me what? One unique value or not. Now see, this is one unique value. This is one unique value or not. So my subscribers, okay, my observables gives me what? Unique value every time, but my promises gives me the same value multiple times or not. Okay, na? Come on. Okay. So this is our complete agenda. Okay, it is a little bit fast. I know that, but hope you understood. Okay, what is callback? What is promise? What is observable syntax? You know, why we go for callbacks, promises, and observables, promises versus observables, and where exactly we are going to use callbacks, promises, observables in your project. Okay, na? Yes or no? What is callback? Callback is a function which passes an argument to another function or not. Okay, to which function you pass? Okay, that one you can say like a callback. Which function is going to take as an argument? That one we can say like what? Higher order function or not. Okay, now the next one about the promise. Promise is what? A predefined JavaScript class. To use the promise, we need to create an object. While creating an object, we have to pass one function to that particular constructor. Constructor call that function by passing two arguments. Those two arguments types are like what? Functions. Promises are used to pass the asynchronous action results back to caller. The asynchronous action results may be success or failure. We can handle the promise by using what? Either then or await. Good. All are okay? The next one, okay, same observable. Observables are like a functional class only from RxJS library or not. To use these observables, we need to create an object or not. While creating an object, we have to pass one function as an argument. That function called by passing how many parameters? Only one parameter or not. Whose type is what? As an object. Observables are used for what? To pass the asynchronous action results back to my caller. Okay, the asynchronous action may be result, success or failure. We can handle observable object by using subscribe or not. Okay, now the next one is what? Okay, differences. Creation, you know the difference. Consume, how to consume, you know. Subscribe, then. Emit the value single or multi. The next one, eager or lazy, unicast or multicast, cancelable, not cancelable. Okay. Okay, then these all stuff I'm going to share with you now itself. Can you open this website once, please? You can open this uijavakit.com. I open. One minute. Yes. Okay. Let's go to workshop. What is that? This is here, right? Send it to compressed. Everything I'm going to share with you. Send it to compressed workshop. Okay. SCP. Okay, just give me 2 minutes. Okay, I'm uploading. Downloads React. Okay, I have to go to where in desktop. PC desktop workshop. Open. Here edit. Open. Now this workshop. Okay. Now you open uijavakit.com, right? uijavakit.com. Can you go to React? Can you go to React? Okay, once you go to React tab, there has one, okay, workshop dot, okay, workshop download section, workshop, one link you can find it. Can you open that link? Can you click on that link? Once you click on that link, okay, you can get all the stuff. Are you able to? Are you able to? Okay. Today, whatever we discussed, just you can find it. Okay, React tab. Yeah, go ahead. If you have any questions, just you can go ahead. Okay, if you want to learn more, okay, just you have to join some batches. Okay, we have multiple batches are running. If you are interested, just you can join. We have 7 a.m. Okay, different faculties taking the batches. Okay, anytime you can join in NareshIT. Yeah, this website is like ours only. Yeah, made by me. Yeah. No, async-await is not replacement to promise. It is like one way of handling the promise object. That's it. Okay. At the same time, if you have any questions, okay, don't worry about that one. Just you can go to the same website feedback section. Okay, you can drop a feedback, or if you have any questions, just you can drop a mail to this. That would help to me. Okay. Not positive feedbacks, negative feedbacks are there. Okay, where I have to improve so that you can send that kind of. Okay, so that would help to next level batches. Okay, where we need to focus more like that. Okay, positive not required. Just okay, what we need to improve, that one you can send a mail. Yeah, we are taking React classes 9 a.m. Okay, after 10 days or 15 days, 7 a.m. batch will start. Okay, recently one more batch is like real-time project batch started 11 a.m. Okay, 11 a.m. IST. That is helpful to the people who want to put some experience. This is completely real-time project. How the project is looks like in real time. Same like that we are going to. Okay, if you want to see the content of real-time project content, just go to Kalam Schools. I'm going to share. Okay, just go to 11 a.m. class. Okay, just go through this content. If anyone interested, just you can join the batch. Okay, I pasted in short link. The link pasted in short. Okay, just go through that content. This is like 2 months program, every day 1.5 hours. Okay, if you have an idea prerequisites, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, that is good. Okay, now it's like a daily basis. See this. Okay, HTML interview questions. Okay, how we need to prepare for interview, how the project is looks like, how we are going to do with the tools and everything we are going to discuss here. Okay, it's like daily base first. Okay, every day we are going to give something. Okay, one live program and assignment is like one JS program. Okay, like that. Okay, in entry point of view, how they are going to, what kind of questions they are going to ask, the same program. Okay, it is like 60 days program. Okay, once first 30 days it's completed, and then our actual project. See, once 30 days done, every day we are going to give, like after JavaScript, we focus on React. Every day one program we are going to give, and one program you have to write. It's a kind of hacker ranker. The next one is like documentation preparation and Figma design document we are going to give. Okay, the application to develop. Okay, Figma document and Jira to track your tasks and everything, and Git we are going to use. Okay, and come to our application environment setup, client application, server application, database, and above. Okay, this one take like 6 days like that. Okay, this is my client application using React we are going to develop, server application using Node.js, database using MongoDB, and the test cases just an RTL, and Playwright is the automation tests, and the deployment Vercel and LLM. It's a completely how one real-time project is looks like. Same like that only we are going to develop the project. Okay, it's take 20 days. After that, we are going to start with GraphQL also. We are going to discuss nowadays people are moving REST to GraphQL. And these are the softwares are required for this particular course. You have to download and remaining also. Okay, these are the accounts you have to create. You have to create the accounts. And these are the learning websites we are going to use. Okay, designed by me. And this is my email ID. Okay, last 5 sessions we completed. That is normal HTML, but our program, actual program will start from tomorrow onwards. Okay, if you are anyone interested, just you can check with Naresh IT. Okay, it's like 11 a.m. IST. Okay, I have overall 10 years of experience in IT. Okay, I started my career actually as a Java developer. Now I'm working for React and Python. Real-time project fee is like 5K. Okay, what is prototype means? Prototype, which is used for what you know. Okay, just we can get the members from outside to my class. Okay, that is like an inheritance. Inheritance. Java is best, Node.js is best. That is depends here. Okay, as per my requirement, as per okay client requirement. Videos also available. Yeah, videos also available for real-time project. Yeah. Okay, market is always good for Java as a front end, okay, back end developer. See, if you learn Node.js, you become like a MERN stack engineer. MERN means mean or MERN. Mongo, Node with okay, Express, MongoDB, and React or Angular. Okay, if you know Java with React, then the time you can call like a full stack engineer. That is the difference. Okay, in this course, we are going to teach React, but you have to spend some more time. Okay, why? Because okay, React okay should have some idea to join this batch. Yeah, Python full stack also good only. Python fast API or Django or okay Flask. Okay, Flask and fast API. Okay, nowadays people are using. Okay, with that you can learn either React or Angular. Okay, real time project is like 5K fee. Okay, that is depends. Writing the test cases, that is completely depends. Okay, just most of the people are going to use to test the React components RTL they are going to use. Okay, don't confuse about the Angular or React. Both are for front end technologies only. That is depends. For example, I have one backend requirement is there. We can do with Java, we can do with .NET, we can do with Python, we can do with something. Same like that front end requirement is there. We can do with Angular, we can do with React. That is completely depending upon the company client. Client asked me, hey, complete the project by using React. That is my requirement. Then the time, okay, React JS developers are going to work. Got my point? Both are like front end technologies. Okay. Trending projects not for Python full stack. Okay. As per my experience is like Java full stack. Always. Python people are using like, okay, in AI, okay, machine learning and deep learning. In that area, most of the people are using Python. Yeah, people are using GraphQL more than REST, not more than REST. Instead of REST, they are using like GraphQL based on the requirement. The difference is like, it's like query language. It's like a GraphQL is like a query language. You can customize the input more than that, nothing. Customize the input. For example, I want like in the database 10 fields are there. I don't want 10 fields. In my mobile application, 2 are required. You can ask 2 only. You can get the 2. Customize the inputs. That is the best future. GraphQL. Okay. So any questions, anyone? Today workshop notes and everything I provided, right? Go to uijavakit.com. Okay, go to where React and come down and you can click on the workshop. If I click on the workshop, okay, workshop.zip file is going to download. Okay, you can extract it. Yeah, so same value is not somewhere. It's like emit multiple times only one value, right? Okay, it is not call that callback every time. That's it. That is only the reason. It's not call that callback every time. Okay. It is already given to us through resolve. It is not call that callback every time. That's the reason whenever you are going to consume with then, the resolve always gives me what? One value. That value only each and every time give it back to us. Okay. Okay then. Okay. If you have any questions, okay, if you want to join any course, okay, any course, okay, just reach Naresh IT. Okay. Naresh IT website is this one. Naresh IT. This is our official website. You can track, okay, the courses and everything online and offline. You can track here. Okay, directly you can call. Okay, our people will respond. Okay, now. Okay, then. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you enjoyed the session. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you. Bye. All the best, guys. Bye.